Today I'm going to make a mixed fruit jam using peaches and nectarines, which are very low in pectin, and apples and lemons, which are high in pectin. The first thing I'm going to do is slice the lemons. Because they're very small, I'm using 2. I'm going to slice the lemons and simmer them in water for about an hour to extract as much pectin as possible. When I cut into the lemons, I found that one of them was slightly brown in the middle. So I'm not going to use that one, but I've taken all the pips from that lemon and I put it with the sound lemon, so I've got extra pips to put into the pan. So in goes the good lemon, the pips from both lemons and the juice from the plate. That's going into a small pan, and I'm going to add water, bring it up to the boil, and then simmer it with the lid on for about an hour. And in the meantime I'm going to be preparing the peaches and nectarines. The lemon is now simmering, and I have prepared the first peach and the first nectarine. I've sliced the peaches and nectarines, taken off the skin, that's going to be thrown away, but I've kept the stones and also the slightly fibrous woody part from the centre and put them aside, and they are going to go into the pan with the lemon water. And now I can cut the slices into chunks and put them into the jam pan, ready for making the puree later on. So I'll cut them into chunks. The nectarine is fairly firm and the peach is soft and juicy. So that will all go into the jam pan. I'm halfway through preparing the peaches, and because I don't want them to start going brown in the pan, I'm going to put on some of the cooking liquid from the small pan and let them stand with some liquid on them. So I'll strain some on, and you can see it's already going slightly pink. It's taking the colour from the peach stones. In fact, I think I'll use it all. Tip this back into the pan. And add some more water to the small pan and carry on cooking the lemon water. So that goes back in the pan. More water goes in, and that can carry on cooking, and I'm going to be adding more peach stones as I carry on with the peaches. The peaches and nectarines are now all cut up and in the jam pan. I used 4 of each, and now I'm preparing the apples. They need to be cut into chunks with the skin on. Discard the stem, the stalk, and also the flower end, but the core and the pips go into this small pan to add to the cooking liquid. So they go in there, That bit of messy skin can go there, and the slice of apple is cut into chunks. All the apples are now cut up. I used 4 large apples, which are now in the jam pan, but now there's not enough liquid to cover the fruit, so I'm now going to pour the liquid from the small pan into the jam pan. And it needs to be strained, but I don't want any of the lemon peel to go through to the mixture, because that could make the flavour too strong of lemon. And when you level it out, it very nearly, not quite, covers, so I might have to put a tiny bit more water in. But I'm now going to bring the fruit mixture up to the boil, and once it's started boiling, I'm going to turn the heat down and simmer it for at least half an hour. The fruit has just come to the boil. It's quite frothy, and I'm going to reduce the heat and let it simmer with the lid on for at least half an hour, until all the fruit has disintegrated. The fruit is now thoroughly cooked. I've let it stand overnight, so it's now cool, and you can see it's made a thick mixture. The nectarines have actually kept their shape, so it'll be a nice jam with chunks in it. So what I need to do now is measure how many pints of the mixture we have. So I've got my measuring jug ready, and we'll see how much we've got in the pan. I've measured it out. It comes to 4.5 pints. So now I'll put it all back into the jam pan. The mixture is all now back in the pan, and I'm going to weigh the sugar. I'm going to weigh out 12 ounces of sugar for every pint of the fruit mixture. So I'm going to put 4 lots of 12 ounces into this bowl, and then 1 lot of 6 ounces for the half pint. The sugar is all now measured out. I'm going to add it about 4 or 5 large spoonsful at a time, and gradually stir it in and dissolve it. The mixture is now on a low heat, so it can dissolve more quickly. The sugar is all now thoroughly dissolved, so I'm going to bring the mixture up to boiling point and then see how long it takes to get to a setting point. The jam has just reached boiling point. It's a bit frothy, and I'm going to boil it for about 5 to 7 minutes and then check it to see if it's reached setting point. In the end, it took 3 boil-ups of about 8 minutes before I got a set. It's quite a loose set, and also when tasting it I thought it was a bit sweet. So before potting it up, I'm putting in just a little shot of Amaretto liqueur to give it a nice peachy flavour. So I'll give that a stir, and now it's time to pot it up. So in it goes to the hot jars. It's quite lumpy, so when I've filled each jar, I'll give it a little poke about with the fork to make sure that the lumps of fruit are evenly distributed. And we'll see how many jars we can get. And it's gone a lovely, rich, dark colour. So here's the end result. 8.5 jars. We can have the half jar tomorrow, open it first and have it for breakfast. All the jars were hot when I put in the jam, and the screw top lids have been screwed on while it's still hot, so that they will then seal as they cool down and create a vacuum. So this jam is now ready to put away in a cool place until it is time to use it.